Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Super 17 here. Let me get first, like usual. I don't own this picture, and this is a non-paid video. Alright, okay. So, as you can see there from the picture, this is gonna be what if Asta had Sans as powers. Alright? Okay. I'm not talking about, like, any other one besides the classic Sans from Undertale. You know, not that are, like, AUs. But I'm gonna have Asta meet them and kind of learn some things from them. So yeah. Also, how is Sans gonna, get to Asta's world? It's separate from his own, so no other other AUs can get there, but their magic, the way that works, will work the same, but their souls won't be destroyed. So whatever happens in Undertale, like your soul gets destroyed, it doesn't really happen. They get damaged. They take more damage than what they could from the game of Undertale. Alright? Okay, also, Sans' appearance, kind of, I'm changing it. Nah, I'm gonna keep it all the same. But I'm gonna have Asta be a lot more intelligent because of Sans. And it's gonna be like he's gonna get this right around he's 8 years old, so yeah. Also the way how it's gonna be for like I never got to that, just realized. How he's gonna get in there. He's not gonna die. He's gonna be basically Asta's determination for when he was helping trying to get Yuno's pendant back. Somehow in some way, his and Sans and Asta, Soul are just like connecting. So like basically, he's gonna get all that determination. He's gonna become a lot stronger, and he's facing Chara. Um, you know, Chara. I don't really care how you guys pronounce. I'm gonna call it Chara. So yeah, um, that's how it's gonna be, and then it's gonna be like I'm gonna have to do puns. And I'm really bad at them. Just want to let you guys know ahead of time. I'm gonna be bad at puns. Okay. But yeah. So I'm only doing like once in a while. Maybe the puns. Alright. So yeah. Anyways, that's what I was saying about the Sans getting over. And near the end of the fight, Sans is gonna cough out blood and start fading away from Undertale. That is him transferring over to the Black Clover universe, and I'm adding some things to where Asta is a lot stronger than any other Sans AUs. So I'm bringing them in. I'm meeting them. Even introduce some like a Gaster. So yeah, like you're gonna just suggest like if you guys want him to meet like some other Sanses, like have battles with them, you know, it's only gonna be like a few I'm gonna do in here, which ones I like. So, and he's gonna learn from how to make more use of Sansa's abilities. So yeah. Okay. Anyways, this video is gonna be a little bit longer, but I've been talking so long. I'm sorry. But yeah, at the end of it, I'm just gonna say what I usually do in the other videos. All right. Okay. This is what if Asta had Sans' powers, part 1. Okay. Where we're starting off is basically where Sans and Chara are in the Judgment Hall. Chara has taken over Frisk, like, after so many, like, perfect pacifist routes, or just a pacifist route in general. Chara got tired of it. So basically every time when Frisk did this, she got tired of it, and then she finally took over. And every single time, anyone who, knew Frisk does the same reactions and dies the same way from the game, and Sans sees it all, and he's, gonna freaking make sure Chara, pays basically. And what else? Oh yeah. Um, since Sans has not been around, talking to her, she kind of feels upset. She feels lonely. She didn't think doing a genocide run would feel this way. I mean, killing monsters left and right. She's happy about that, but it's like there's a void that she does not have, and like a void that cannot be filled. She doesn't know what it is until after she gets to Sans. She, starting to have feelings, and she doesn't want that. But the more she fights, the more she doesn't want to, kill Sans. But yeah, so after the 30th time fighting Sans, it's on the 31st, and this is where it's gonna be the final battle. So basically, Sans is just saying like, just says this, goes like, "Hey there, kiddo. Aren't you getting tired of this? It's been 31 times since, of you dying and coming back. Shouldn't you get annoyed or something? But hey, you are determined, so it's not like you're gonna stop. And I'll just keep on fighting you to the end." And Chara's not looking at him. She's just looking at the ground. And he goes like, "Why are you looking at the ground for, kid? You should just look at me and with hatred. So why can't you not look at me now?" Chara's still not saying anything. So when she looks up, she's still like, she has that like hatred in her eyes, but it's just a fake. So she's just faking it. She's gonna fighting Sans, basically. And she like swings the knife. Sans dodges it. This keeps on going on. The exact same thing. Him just saying like, "You really do like to swing that thing around. Come on, you can never get to hit me." He says that one time, and then when he falls asleep, gets slashed. He he's dying, but he hears someone saying, "I'm not done yet. I'm not giving up yet." It's Asta's voice. Well, he doesn't know. He just hears this. This is Asta when he's like 6, so he's meeting him 2 years later. But yeah, he's hearing this kid's voice. For some reason, he's just like, "Who's this?" Because I'm not giving up. I won't stop till you give me back my friend's pendant. Sans is, getting motivated to keep going. And for some reason, he feels a lot more power. A lot more power flowing through him than usual. During this whole entire time, Chara has not talked until like she sees Sans, getting back up. And she goes, What's going on? You should be dead." Because she checked 1 hit HP, not very good defense or attack. His power is increasing. Like, he's basically making it where for some reason, determination is flowing through him. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't know how. He just goes, "I don't know what's going on. But all I know is, I'm not done yet. I'm not giving up till I kill you." Basically, "Sure, you're gonna pay, you dirty brother killer." And just like suddenly multiple bones come out of the ground, trying to hit Chara. She dodges it. And she's like, says, "But that was a clear hit. How did he?" And so she checks. She does the action, checks. HP. Actually, no, it's level 19, which shocks her. Defense 99, which shocks her more. Attack 50. She's all like, "What the heck is going on?" And so he goes, he just gets back up. He goes, "What's wrong? I don't know what you're so afraid of. Did I send a shiver down your bones?" I don't know if that was a pun. It probably wasn't, but yeah. Who cares? He just, his eye is like glowing. There's that color is right now, but for some reason there's there's like little flickers of red in it, which Chara's saying, it's like going like in her head, what's going on? Why is this happening? She says, Sans, please, stop this. And she's just started talking. He goes, wait a minute. Because first talked in every pacifist route near the end, she talked to him. And this isn't, Frisk. He goes, who are you anyways? He basically asks. She goes, so she just says, my name is Kara, or Kara. And then he goes, wait, the princess? Why are you doing this? You've been gone for so long. She goes, yeah, I know. She basically just explains the reason why, and this is just a game, and she's just trying to get rid of this world so that way whoever's doing this doesn't do it again. And basically, he doesn't understand, but at the same time, he has a feeling she's not a lion, but yeah, and Kara's she, Brisk, you can make them either one, so I'm gonna go with the girl one, so yeah. And basically, he goes like, so that's your reason why? To get rid of this world? You finally took over, and they're trying to play this, you so-called game, right now. And they can't? She nods her head and he goes, so after everything, you decided to take over and stop them? She says, yes, it's because every single time they make a pacifist run, you never know when they're gonna turn. Have first destroy all of you. And he says, like what you've done? And which she's a little upset because Sans is looking at her with hate, with anger in his eyes. She goes, yes, it's the only way. But as soon as I do this, this game will be resetted. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, after I kill you, this is gonna be the end. It's gonna be the reset. And no one will remember but you. And plus, I kind of miss the old days. As she has memories of Frisk talking to Sans and hanging out. So yeah. I'm just putting that in just in case someone's gonna say shift them. So I'm just putting in some scenes, like of Chara like feeling for Sans. So yeah. And basically, Sans just says, they're long and gone. They're long and done. The past can't be fixed. And all of a sudden, he just, she sees her heart covered in blue, and he just starts slamming her against the wall, up and down, and then throws her, to another wall, all the way to the back, and then all of a sudden, he summons out 5 different gaster blasters, and he goes, just die. And he just, shoots them. Basically, they miss. Chara was fine. And she's just saying, guess I'm gonna have to take you down. So this goes on for, for about an hour straight. And for some reason Sans isn't getting tired, which is shocking. She's nearly down to her last item. She going like, how do you have so much power? He goes like, well, I guess I really am a determined skeleton, huh? And she asks, was that a pun? And he goes like, maybe not. Depends on how good it was. And then she just says, it was bad. And he goes like, then, yeah, it was a pun. And she looks very irritated. And he goes, this is why I hate you so much. And he goes, then why you can't freaking kill me? You had plenty of opportunities to, so you had to wait till I was asleep. And she says, well, you kept on dodging. And he goes, well, you kept freaking slowing down your attacks, basically. You know, he goes, why you kept on, like, holding back? You had to wait till I was asleep to get a sneak attack and then strike again when I was, blindsided. It's like you have a little crush on me or something. Which her face goes red and she goes, no, I don't. And he goes, wait a minute. What the heck? And then she says, that's my opportunity. So, she, basically runs up as quickly as she possibly can. And he's just thinking. And then, she tries to attack. She misses. And then next, goes, is that all you? And then all of a sudden he coughs out blood. Which, she didn't even hit him. She didn't even try to do the exact same thing again. It's just like, he coughs out blood. He goes, what's going on? You didn't even hit me. My HP didn't even go down. She was... So basically, he just starts saying, I'm not dying yet. I'm about to take you down. As, he summons out a whole bunch of Gaster Blasters. About 150 to maybe 200. And suddenly, he just summons a whole bunch of bones in the air. And, like, even on the ground, she's like, what's going on? She goes, you said you really wanted to reset this after taking me down, then go ahead. And maybe we can get to know you, Kara. But for now, just reset it. And he's putting every last bit of his magic into this one attack, which is basically an all-out attack. Everything he has, everything he knows, and he just says, now, be gone! And then just shoots it. I know Sam's want to say that, but I'm putting my own spin on it, okay? So yeah, but anyways, yeah. So Ish shoots, he just throws everything he has at her. And she just yells out Sans, basically dies. Then has the choice to reset or continue. First saying Sans, as while she was being obliterated, they saw Chara first saw Sans just disappearing, not turning to dust, just fading away. And basically, he's at that last moment, he goes, I don't know what's going on. I hope I'll be alright. See you, kiddo. And hey, let's go to Grizzlies next time. As he, has that smile. And then, he disappears. So, as soon as, they got to the chance to have a reset or continue, Chara just immediately hits the reset button. You're really breaking it. And then, after the reset, she is Chara still in control? She dashes right past Flowey, right past Toriel, right past the mazes and the puzzles. She just goes all the way to the bridge where she would meet Sans. And right when she gets there, she goes, okay, he should be here in a few minutes. And then 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. Still no Sans. Toriel comes out of the ruins. And she goes, my child, what's wrong? And she sees, because she sees Kara just on the ground crying, saying, he's gone. He's gone. And this is where we're going to where Sans is now. Sans is basically in a Black Clover universe. 2 years after the incident with the drunk guy trying to get Yuno's pendant. So he's basically waking up. He's going, huh? Where am? And then he looks, he opened up his eyes, he sees trees. He hears birds. He goes, wait, the surface? What's going on here? And then he hears two kids, talking. It's, and Asta. Asta is saying, I'm gonna beat you this time, Yuno. And Yuno just says, Asta, you can't beat me. You don't have no magic. And And, Asta says, "It doesn't matter if I have no magic. I'm still gonna beat you." And he just sees this kid just being determined. Like, even though every time he gets knocked down, he keeps getting back up and up and up. And just isn't shocked. Like, Sans doesn't sense no magic from this kid. They sense magic from the guy who's using the wind magic, So he's thinking that this feeling, this determination, was that this kid's power? How was his determination? Never mind. I need to try to get back home. So he, tries to use a shortcut, but for some reason he can't. He tries to bring up the screen of his level. He can't do that either. He doesn't understand it. He then sees somebody. He sees Core Frisk. He was like, "Huh? Who are you?" And then Core Frisk, just tells him his name, or their name, and that saying, "This world is separate from Undertale, the game, everything. It's separate. It's its own dimension, its own reality and universe." And Sans is like, "What? So you mean I travel through space and time, legitimately into another reality / universe dimension altogether?" And in the Corpus nods yes, and he just slouched down on a tree, just so that means I can't go home. That there is no shortcut because I don't know the way home. And Corpus does tell him you still have all your abilities. Your magic with the karma effect. Your basically your bones, your gaster blasters, your blue magic, telekinesis, and all that. And he was like, "Alright." And while this was happening, and Asta were fighting, so Ned, he Sans watched Asta and fight for quite a while. And basically, tells Asta that he's tired of this, he's gonna go home, he's going back to the orphanage, and Asta says, "Well then I'm gonna go train." So basically Asta's been working out the same routine that he has and getting really, really pushing it, his body to the limits. And Corpus asked him what he's gonna do. He just says, "Well, I don't belong in this world, and I'm gonna go check it out though." As he says, "Keep an eye on the kid for me. I have a feeling I need to give him something as a thank you." And so he then walks out of the forest. And then he goes into town with his hood on. Well, not really into town, just kind of just doing a quick surveillance of it as he sees people with grimoires. So he has a kid to come over here that's nearby, which was from the orphanage. And then he asks, "So what are those people using the book for?" As they, say, "It's a grimoire where you can use your magic powers." And Sans is just a little, surprised. He was like, "Thanks, kid." And then, he uses a shortcut, / teleport, back to where Corpus is. And he says he has been training his body vigorously. As he says, us saying, he has already done 120 push-ups, so, well, yeah, it took a while for him to get out of the woods, so yeah, Asta has already done 120 push-ups, so, and he hears 121, 122, and he was like, "Wow, he's really pushing himself," Sans says, and he says yes, and then he says, "Well, Corpus, thanks for telling me this, but hey, can I ask a question?" He goes, "Sure." He goes, "Can you, give me the ability to travel to other AUs if I can, try to go there?" And Corpus says, "The only reason how he was able to get here is because of him. There technically is a way to this world now, but it's only for Pacific people. And I think if someone from this world goes to another AU, it doesn't really matter. He can always come back. And he goes like, oh, well, just want the ability to travel to the AUs, please. And, Corfus gives him the ability. So, yeah. Corfus leaves. Sans gets out of the bushes where he was hiding from Asta. He goes, hey there, kid. You're working out a lot, are you? He goes, and Asta, turns around, goes, screams, goes like, ah, don't scare me like that, sir. He goes like, Sans just says, sorry about that, kid. But hey, I mean, I didn't mean to frighten you much. I mean, he just said I didn't mean to frighten you that much. But you want your knock knock joke? He goes like, sure. Knock knock. Asta says, who's there? Boo. Boo hoo. And then Santa says, aw, you don't need to cry like a baby. And then Asta says, that's not funny. And Santa says, yeah, it is. So, what's the deal with you? I saw you fighting, you and your friend were fighting. He said magic. You don't have any. And Asta says, yeah, I may not have magic, but I may get it someday, Asta says. So I just gotta train my body until then. And then Santa says, well, I may know a way for you to get magic at least. He goes, really? Asta says, yeah. I just need to look at your soul. I just need to check something out real quick. As then Sans, eye glows blue. Like, like right now what you see in the picture. As basically, he sees a red soul. For Asta, he goes, determination. Asta goes, what? Your soul represents determination. But at the same time, I can say you can also be, with your personality alone, you can be a judgment. Judgment's yellow. But determination, huh? That kind of suits you since you are so determined. You're doing a lot of push-ups for just a young kid. But hey, I'm not judging. I'm kind of lazy myself, so you could say I'm just a lazy bones. And Asta doesn't know. So he goes, well, allow me to take off my hood. And then he reveals himself as a skeleton. Asta screams out, ah, monster! Get away from me! And it says, jeez, kid. You're yelling it louder, it'll pop up my eardrums. And Asta goes, wait, you don't even have any ears! And he goes, exactly. Doesn't mean, if I don't have any ears, how can I hear you talk? And Asta goes like, what? Yes, yeah, it's weird, but hey, it works for me. So he says, well, allow me to explain how I got here. As he tells who he was fighting, how he got here, and that he heard him saying he's not going to give up yet until you give his friend back his pendant, which Asta says, wait, that was 2 years ago. He goes, really? So 2 years ago, how old are you, kid? He says, 8. You were 6. Wow, you were really determined to get that. He goes, uh-huh. It's my friend's pendant. The only thing he had. Well, he had it since he was a baby, so I wasn't going to let someone take it from him. He goes, yep. Your personality says judgment, but your soul is determination. It can be either one, actually. Interesting. But hey, I'm not judging you. So, for some reason, it seems like I'm a lot more stronger than I was back home when I left. I might be even stronger than before. All this determination flowing through me. I might be able to transfer my soul to you. Because, wait, what? Well, I have magic, kid. The only way it's for you to actually get my magic is actually taking in my soul. I'll be a part of you. You may get some of my habits, like the bad puns, being lazy, sleeping. And you may get some benefits besides the magic. And Asa goes like, really? Like what? He goes, 1, intelligence. 2, very good at dodging. And 3, a whole entire list of puns. And Asa goes like, the last one doesn't sound so good. He goes, oh, come on. You just need to relish this more. And Asa just goes like, really? Sans just goes, yeah. And he goes, well, at least I'll have magic. He goes, yeah, but hey, you also would get the glowing eye. But with you, he knows how it'll be. So, you want to take the deal, kid, or no? And also, just says, you already made it sound convincing enough, so I'll take it. As him and Asta, shake hands, as basically he hears a sound like a foreign sound, and then Asta goes like, "That wasn't me," and San just starts laughing. Goes, "The old whoopee cushion and the hand trick. It's a classic." And Asta goes like, "Why are you not taking this seriously?" He goes like, "Because I had to have the last few moments of me myself before I'm gone." Asta goes like, "You said I'll be a part of you. Doesn't mean I'll still be around. You'll be me." And then Asta says, just says, "You never told me your name." He goes, "Oh, yeah. Name is Sans. Sans Skeleton. Or Sans the Skeleton." "And your name, kid?" He says, "Asta." He goes, "Alright." As next Sans, uses his blue magic to his soul. As then he goes, "Well, take it, kid. And my power will be yours." Asta's a little bit, kind of worried, but he says, "Alright." As then he grabs Sansa's soul, and then all of a sudden there's a huge flash of light. Now he goes, "Ah!" He just like, he says, "Ah! It's so bright." He goes, "Well, see it, kid. Thanks for the determination and helping me out. This is the least I can do for you." And then, Asta gets knocked out. Everyone from the village saw it, so and like the church, at the church saw it too. So and Sister Lily ran over to where Asta was, and they see something on the ground, a hoodie, and then Asta's right in front of it. They run over Asta because he's on the ground. They say, "Asta, Asta, you awake?" Like, "No, you awake. You alright? Asta, wake up." Asta goes, "My head. What happened?" Us, says, "But we don't know. We thought you could tell." He goes, "I was just talking to somebody, and then a bright light happened. And my head hurts." I goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah. But, I'm alright." As he gets up, he goes, Asa looks at the jacket, he goes, "Huh, this is weird." And Sister Lily goes, "Yeah, I don't, this was here when, it had it." And they see dust is on the ground, and they go like, "What?" And Asa remembers Sans, and he goes, "Sans?" To himself, and no one heard it. But they're kind of worried because Asa's looking at it, like, kind of shocked. As then Asa starts getting all this knowledge flown into his head. It doesn't like hurt him though. It's just like overwhelming him, and then he just like goes on one knee and huffing and puffing. He goes, "So that's what happened to you. You got dusted. No, dust. You were dust. Okay. Your body may have been, if you're still with me." And says, "Are you alright?" And Asta, essentially says, go like, "Is everything okay?" He goes, "Yeah, just head was spinning. Nothing to worry about." As Asta, grabs the jacket and puts it on him. It's big, but he'll grow into it. As they say, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll be alright. You guys don't need to worry about me." And like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." And then, so, they like, kind of like asking him like, why was he like raining down on the ground? He says, like I said, talking to someone, bright light happened, don't know what happened. So, yeah. As basically they're walking through the woods, Asta is going through the memories. He's finding out that he's a little bit more intelligent than what he was. He's, you know, ignore that, guys. But yeah, he's finding out that he's a little bit more intelligent than what he was. He can think a lot more faster and clearer. He doesn't know what happened to him, but but it's like what Stan said to him. He'll get a lot more intelligence because of him. So, but he's saying I'm gonna have to study more. I have to train more, get used to these powers I have now. Well, not this magic now. And then all of a sudden, a bear, comes out of nowhere as basically Sister Lily, tells Asta, get right behind him. Right behind her, I mean, not him. Right behind her, she'll take care of this. As then Asta, just starts laughing, goes, this is a good opportunity. As then all of a sudden, like, Sister Lily and, goes like, what do you mean? And, you don't have any magic. He goes, well, let's see if that's true. As Asta just says, hey, bear, you want to have a bad time? And the bear just roars. He goes, wow, those claws and teeth are really sharp. I don't really need to bother you much, but can you just not terrorize my friends here? As I like, what? And like they were like, and Sister Lear just like, what was that? He was like, and the bear just roaring, like, man, this is gonna be real pain. And all of a sudden, Asta just brings up his hand, well, one hand's in his pocket, and all of a sudden, all these bones just come around the bear. And he goes, sorry, I don't really have the time to deal with you today, and besides, you don't have a bone of a chance to win against me. As Sister Lily and are shocked, as then all of a sudden the bear tries to break the bones, as then all of a sudden Asta just summons out the Gaster Blasters, as he has his one eye closed still. Well, he has an eye closed, which is his right one. And the bear, as Asta just says, hey, bear. As he points up, the bear looks, as he sees the Gaster Blasters. And then all of a sudden, it's like, calms down, and then Asta retracts the bones down and gets rid of the Gaster Blasters, and he goes, alright, get out of here. And as the bear just runs. And he goes, well, let's go back to the village, everyone. So, as he just starts falling asleep. As they go like, what just happened? And why is Asta sleeping? So that happens. As a couple years go by, people know that he has magic, and they don't know what type of magic it is. And during one of these years, he has met Omega Frisk, and like Dreamer Sans, the one that's all about positivity. He basically came along with Omega Frisk, Core Frisk, and talked to him about it, and how like Sans is, has changed his life all around, and that he's grateful for him, and that he has way more power than anyone here actually. And they say, well, you do have determination, so that does help. And and basically Dreamer says to him, so, why, like, how does your determination work? And Asta basically just opened both eyes. One eye is glowing blue and orange, the other eye is glowing red. And all of a sudden, when he summons out the Gaster Blasters, they have exactly the same eyes. And then, like, they're in the woods underneath, like, the demons. And while the demon's ribcage, basically, as then he just fires one of the Gaster Blasters, they see blue and then red in the middle. As it, like, hits, and it's, like, way more powerful than what a normal Gaster Blaster was. So, he's, like, in shock. The same thing with Corfrisk. And then he says, oh, that's not all either. And all of a sudden, when he summons out a bone, basically a bone with a point to it, he then, like, changes it. He uses the determination as it glows red, and then suddenly it just changes into a weapon or a shield. And he goes, pretty handy, huh? As they say, yeah. So, Corfus tells him that he can travel however he use, and, like, that was, like, when he was, like, 10, so he's been doing that. He said he's been training in the woods for a month. Don't, like, go looking for him, please. If you don't find me, it's because I went so deep into the woods, alright? As, like everyone knows. So, yeah. He has been Ultra Sans, the one that has Ultra Tail Sans, the one who got the bravery. He has learned that he can use his Gaster Blasters for more than just firing and, like, basically ride it on. He can use them to, on his hand, on his back, basically to even just ride them. He has met Reaper Sans. He has even, like, been able to turn the Gaster Blaster with the energy within it into, like, a scythe, his own version of it, and then, like, even, like, use it to be able to, like, make, like, slash attacks. And he has met the other Sans, Underfell Sans. He has learned how to make, like, chains out of magic, blue magic, basically. And he has even got, like, some different clothing from their universe. Well, they're like those they use. As he has also met the different type of sands that would cause problems. He has heard of ink, before, and I've, like, recently watched something, just want to let you guys know, and it made Ink sound like the bad guy, so, and this one I'm making him be the bad guy. Well, being a bad guy, that he's gonna basically was, like, happen where Sans first had to reset, and he was, like, in that reset he met Ink. Before that reset, Sans met Ink. He basically, something happened with him, and yeah, it's just like there's just someone that Sans really wants to get, like, payback on for. So yeah. Alright, so even though Dreamer says Ink is a friend, he tells Dreamer, like, when he came and visit, like, when this is, like, when Asta is 12 years old, he tells Dreamer that he remembers something about Ink. He's been gathering some information on him. He says he protects all the AUs, but it seems like he does more. He creates and protects, but it seems like he's working with somebody as a game. If I remember correctly, that's what Sans' memory says, but I also gathered that to be true. I even talked to Error, which Error then comes out of nowhere and says, "Hey Asta, here's some info I found." He goes, "Thanks." And then Dreamer was like, "What?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, come here and talk to Asta." As then Asta, he also told me how to do this. As then he puts his hand over, like, near his eye with that when he has, like, the red eye, and then pulls out a string. Goes, "Comes in handy." Which Dreamer's like, okay. So basically, I'm kind of giving him Sans' powers, but also learn from other people. Like, he was able to manipulate the magic within him because of determination. That is Asta's determination form, he's able to do that. Not reset or load because it's not a game, so yeah. It's manipulation. He's able to manipulate energy with his determination. His determination energy. He can manipulate it. That's what he can do. Alright, okay. So after this, we're going to when he's like 15. And it's the magic, it's the grimoire, ceremony to get it. Also just tells the whole entire, church that he doesn't need a grimoire. His magic is powerful on its own. But then they say, you don't, you can't say that. You need your grimoire to bring out the fullest to it. And he goes, are you gonna really bend me to let it go? And Sale just looked at him and was like, really? Was that a pun? He goes, if it's bad, yes. And you're like, yes. He goes, alright. I'll go, but if I don't have a grimoire, doesn't mean I can't get into the Magic Nights. See ya. As him walk away. And they go to the grimoire ceremony. Everyone gets a grimoire besides Asta, and Asta was just sleeping while standing up. As nudged him saying, Asta, wake up. He goes, no grimoire, huh? I knew it. Well, sorry to be such a lazy bones, but I gotta get out of here. Some people are laughing at him, and Asta just freaking just sighs and goes, people are idiots. And also, Asta got over the sister Lily thing, so yeah. Just want to say that real quick. Which has surprised everyone. It's okay. So, Asta basically walks out. He teleports on top of the roof, and he just takes a nap. The same things happened with the Chain Mage, and then Asta, basically just jumps off the roof after he heard the guy saying, your grimoire's gonna fetch a nice price on the black market, and then he hears, really, a coward like you doing that to somebody? And then basically then all of a sudden, he just summons out bones, which the Chain Mage gets hit by. They don't pierce him; they just send him flying. As then he gets a lot more damage because of the karma effect. And also just lands on the ground. He goes, "Wow, you really are annoying. You know that, right?" And the Chain Mage goes, "Who are you? And where's your grimoire?" He goes, I don't need a grimoire to take care of you. And he goes, what was that? He goes, wow, Jesus, did I rattle you up a little? And, he says, hey, we don't need your puns now. Not at a time like this. He goes, come on. I'm just trying to break the mood a little. As he goes he goes, shut it, you stupid kid. And all of a sudden, chains go around Asta, and this guy just starts laughing. He goes, now your magic is sealed off. You can't use it no more. As Asta just says, think again. As, one eye closed, and all of a sudden, a bone that's covered in blue goes right at the guy. But then all of a sudden, Asta opens up his right eye, and then he just starts manipulating the energy to turn to a chain itself, wrapping around the guy. He goes, what the? How are you? And then all of a sudden, the guy's mad, as he's just trying to score him, but he's getting more pain. He goes, if I were you, I'd quit moving. It'll just hurt a whole lot more. And he goes let go of me, you stupid kid. And he just says, he goes, if you let go of me and my friend, then I'll let go of you. He goes, never. And he goes, well, get ready for a bad time. And then he just teleports away out of it. And he just socks the guy right in the face, making him fly into a wall. As then he just says, take this, Gaster Blaster Barrage. And basically there's multiple Gaster Blasters shooting at him. not killing him. He's having it on a low setting, which he has learned how to control. So the guy is knocked out, not dead. He gets Yuno's grimoire back. He gives it to him. Yuno says thanks, and he goes, "No problem. I couldn't just keep on leaving him alone. You know that, right?" And he goes, "Really, Asta?" He goes, "My bad." So we finally can become, Magic Knights, huh? And become Wizard King. As Yuno says, "Yep, barely keep our promise." He goes, "Yeah, but hey, your personality kind of changed a little bit over time, bro?" And he goes, "Whatever, Asta. I don't know what you're talking about." He goes, "Well, you ain't crybaby, first of all." And, he looks at him and goes, "Hey, we're not talking about that anymore." He goes, "Yeah, you're right. Come on, let's go back to the..." And then all of a sudden, Asta gets this weird presence. He starts hearing something along with as some magic knights, well, not magic knights, people are, coming over to, arrest the chain mage. No, it's after they leave, actually. Yeah, so after, they leave, and they're Asta and are about to leave after the fist bump, they hear a banging sound, and all of a sudden, a big boom comes out of the wall, and over to Asta, a grimoire. As he's in shock, he goes, "What the? I, I don't know." And says, "Wow, your grimoire finally came to you. Why does it look so old and tattered?" He goes, "I don't know, but this is one step I need." So, as he grabs the grimoire, as he can feel this, a big amount of negative emotion and hatred, he goes, what's this?" As he winces in pain, just for a brief moment, which caught Yunos, and then he goes, "Asta, you're right." He goes, "Yeah, this is weird." He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I don't know if but let's just go home and rest." As, they do. And, yeah. I'm gonna, leave it off, so we're, after the 10 months of training, I'm gonna then have it go to basically deal with some people. I hope you guys do enjoy this. This is my first time doing this. I'm gonna try to get this better off in the future of making it. It was just, I had it in my head, and I kept on thinking of it, and this is how it just came out of my mouth. Basically, sorry. I do hope you guys like this video. Please let me know. Like, comment, or subscribe. Do whatever you guys feel like. Alright? Yeah. Let me know what your opinion of it is, this video is. And then I'm gonna get the Tanjiro one out. Alright? As soon as this is uploaded, I'm gonna be working on the Tanjiro one after it is uploaded, okay? Alright. Bye everyone, have a nice day, night, wherever you guys are. Bye.